My name is Rebecca and I'm the founder of Lone Sign Club, and we are joined here today with Skylence, who is the designer of her clothing brand Skylence.
Yeah.
So first of all, explain the name.
Okay, Skylence is a play on words of the translation of my Chinese name, Tian Mo. Tian means sky and Mo means silence. That's why I just translated.
It's a great name. You must get that a lot.
Yes, basically, Skylence, Tian Mo means the sky is vast and huge, but without bragging about it. So the meaning behind it is that we can aspire to do great things in life, but meanwhile remain modest.
That's lovely. That's a really beautiful meaning.
Yeah, and because this is derives from my Christian faith as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So on that note, tell us a little bit of how and when you started the brand.
Actually, I started designing everything by the end of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
okay, quite recent.
Yeah, quite recent. That time it was just like a hobby, and I was in China at that time, and actually I love shopping and I love decorating myself, dressing up. So, but just one day I realized that I couldn't buy any more stuff anymore because I couldn't fancy some other brands. And so I just wanted to maybe create something of my own, because when I was in uni, because I studied here in the UK as well, and I always had this daydream of having my own fashion brand one day, but at that time I never thought one day I could realize it. It was just a daydream.
Yeah.
But in 2017 I started realizing it, so at that time I was thinking maybe just give it a go to see how it would go. And I started designing several pieces, and actually it went quite well among family and friends. So yeah, that's how I started.
So how did you make that initial decision to take a hobby and turn it into an actual brand? Because that's quite a big decision to make.
Yes, because my hobby is fashion, obviously. Before, when I was a student and after graduation, I had a temporary job in London. My hobby was fashion and going to art galleries, fashion museums like V&A. And yes, because by that time in 2017, I was back in China. Because I had some visa issues at that time. Because I had some issues back home. So I was thinking maybe this is the time I was about to think of something else and something serious that I should take on for my life. So I just give it a go and let's just try. And meanwhile people in my church also gave me strong support. Like I just naturally had so many suppliers coming to me, and suppliers and manufacturers. Yes, so it was successful at the beginning. Yeah.
And how did you find that initial step from, I assume you'd been making samples or designing, from actually making some production, and were you wholesaling, selling to stores, or how did you kind of take that initial leap from just hobby designing and creating to actually selling it to more than just family and friends?
In October 2017, I had a web shop, an online shop in China. By that time, there was no brand registered, and it's a small web shop, and it went well.
Great.
Yeah, because that my plan at that time was to come back to the UK and register the brand and company here in London, and make it happen here in the West, and then one day bring it back to China.
Okay.
This is the plan, because in this way I can soon occupy the Chinese market one day.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I know Chinese people love Western things with the brand.
So that's why you're coming with us to Shanghai in October.
Yeah.
Time to dominate China.
Oh, not yet, but just give it a go. Now too soon. Yeah, maybe still some years.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and tell us a bit more about how you're inspired and the pieces you create, because they're obviously stunning. The embroidery, the artwork in each of them is amazing. What inspires you, and how do you, I guess, create that into, the kind of materials that you choose, or are they developed by you, or how do you do it?
Yeah, basically my designs are inspired by Chinese culture, obviously. We use a lot of embroideries, hand embroideries, and silk, cotton in making our garments. And because I have Western experience as well, so I just infuse Western style with Western shape with Chinese decoration. Yeah, European elegance and with Chinese decoration. And we could create beautiful garments for elegant and virtuous women.
Elegant and virtuous women. That's a very nice sentence.
Yeah.
Amazing. And a little bit about the material. So this jacket, for instance, the embroidery, did you design the embroidery, or is it from a specific manufacturer, or?
Initially it was from the manufacturer,
Okay.
and at that time the fabric is black. So I have this one in black as well, and then I just developed the artwork a little bit, and asked them to manufacture a white version as well.
So this material is exclusive to Skylence?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
amazing.
This material is exclusive to us.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, sequin, because I like sequin, and there is this kind of striking patterns and colors style. Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your, I guess, pre-launch of your brand. So when you were back in Shanghai, it was Shanghai, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shanghai.
So what was your life like in Shanghai? What were you doing before you started designing for your own brand?
What I was doing before.
Yeah. What's your background initially in?
My background. Okay. Actually, I didn't study fashion.
Okay.
In my uni, no.
Even more interesting. What did you study?
I did my undergrad in Lancaster University.
Okay.
That time my degree was Media and Cultural Studies. And 2 years later, in 2013, I moved to London to do my master's in London School of Economics.
Oh, wow.
I did gender studies,
Wow.
feminism, women empowerment, and politics history.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that level of education you had, you've brought through in your brand?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Like women empowerment.
Yeah.
And women of virtue. And to be honest, if you look at our website, each garment description, there is a little bit like history, historic background. So I would say I'm using up so much of my historic knowledge of East and West to create each garment.
Amazing, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so I just apply all that I have learned from uni and life into creating this brand.
Amazing. And so sustainability, is it important to your brand?
Yeah.
And then how do you apply it, or where do you think the future lies for sustainability within Skylence?
Yeah, in terms of sustainability, I always tell my production team in Shanghai that never waste any material. If we finish making several garments, of course, some fabrics left, just don't throw them. Let's just keep it there. Maybe one day we will put it into something else. And actually, last year we had a jacket like pink and red. It was actually made from scraps of materials. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so reuse it, or
reuse
minimizing waste is an important part of, Are there any other elements or sustainable things that you're considering doing or bringing into the business?
And I think maybe we don't use a lot of animal fur.
Okay.
Yeah, we use faux fur mostly.
Okay. So you do still use some animal fur?
Hmm?
You do use fur, or it's always faux fur?
We may have some a little bit, but most of the time we use faux fur. We don't use animal fur.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about what is coming up for Skylence next. What are the next plans?
My next plan. The next plans for this year is to have pop-ups in different locations in London, obviously in collaboration with LDC, and I'll have more pop-ups in different locations in London to see where is the best.
Amazing.
Yes, because I think here in the West, I feel like my customers like to come to the shop to try it on.
Yeah.
Rather than looking at something online. Maybe they are not sure about the material. And I also have some friends, their feedback to me is that Skylence, I think your products are much better in reality than on the picture. So yes, I think many pop-ups. So in order to prepare for the long-term store in the future.
Okay, so that'll be in the future, your own standalone store.
Yeah.
And is that something you'd like to have in London or back in Shanghai?
In London, and also back in Shanghai.
And back with the world domination.
Many years later.
Yeah, amazing. And is there anything that you might want to say? So obviously here at LDC, it's an important part is you meeting the customer and having that conversation with them and telling them about your brand. Is there anything that you might want to say to a potential customer who's watching, or that might be interested in the Skylence brand, and looking online, or maybe has already been to the pop-up? Just any like little kind of tidbit of information that you'd like to tell them or share with them.
A special message to my customers who might be watching this. Okay, just keep watching us, and we will continue bringing new designs, new amazing designs to our customers, and good quality as well.
Okay. And to any budding designers out there that might be looking at starting their own business or that are very early stage, do you have any advice that you would like to share with them?
I think my advice for someone who would like to start their own fashion business is to figure out who you are, what you want, and how you want to do it. Yes,
this is the top 3 questions.
Yeah, the top 3 questions is this, and then to define your brand DNA, and then to have a well-equipped team of finance and web development, website, and marketing. Well, of course, the designer, him or herself, is also important, and to have the beautiful designs, and the suppliers and the manufacturers are also important.
Great. So basically, get your shit together.
Yeah. Because then you can launch. Otherwise, without anyone from this, I think it's quite difficult to launch.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today.